All right, I don't know if you guys can hear that, but I just got done watching Villainess 99. This was episode number 8, and here's the thing, my friends. You know, kind of where I'm at with this episode is I paused the episode 4 times. Okay, so I think that is kind of that's kind of where I'm at. Is I paused this episode 4 times. Now, it could just be having one of those days, all right? And I 1,000,000% will acknowledge that I could be having one of those days. I started off my morning today with the Pokemon Direct. The Pokemon presents the Pokemon announcement. There's a brand new game coming. Ultimate hype with that. And because of that, you know, I got into this episode and, you know, she has, you know, Emilia has a dragon egg. It's her baby, normal antics. And I will tell you, multiple times, especially with the dragon eating Patrick's head, eating the princess's head, like I laughed a good deal this episode. I laughed when 𝐒𝐻𝐴 came and she was like, now there's 2 of them, you know, so I legitly, like I did laugh a lot this episode. And I thought it was, you know, I thought it was a really, really funny episode. Like, I will not say that I didn't enjoy it. I will just say that it felt a little longer. It felt a little long into like long at the tooth. You know, it felt a little longer than, you know, not longer. What's the word? Like, it felt slower, you know, and I think that that was okay. Like, I don't think that it was, you know, writing anything that was amazing. It's like, okay, she had the egg and, you know, she went and like, okay, I'm going to pour my magic into this and I'm going to make this my baby. And just like 𝐒𝐻𝐴 did in the game, I'm not going to use this solely just to, you know, just to ride or have a ride. Like, she ends up getting really, really close to it and ends up like forming and building a bond with this egg. And she ends up, you know, spending a lot of time with it, and it hatches. And the whole entire moment between the maid, and Patrick as this thing's hatching. And Patrick's like, yo, I'm so sorry. I know, you know, you're expecting something cute. She's like, it's not just cute, it's adorable. And like, that was funny. I was just a little bit, I don't know. Like, I was a little bit bored this episode. And I think that's my main thing is I was just a little bit bored this episode. And I don't think that's the worst thing in the world. Like, you know, Villainess 99 hasn't really had a bad episode to me. It's, for the most part, been really, really good. And, like, it's been really good. And it's been really enjoyable. You know, I just generally think that this was one of these slower episodes, as it kind of establishes something else within this world. And that thing that it's establishing is Ryu the dragon. And now I like, you know, Ryu the dragon has a collar or a collar on it now that basically shows it's of the Empire. And she did get permission, you know, from the kingdom to have this as a pet. And this is now going to be another resource of the kingdom that they can use and that they have within a dragon. Like, you know, a kingdom having not only, you know, their own demon lord, you know, or rival to demon lord, they also now have, you know, their own dragon. And this episode, she did go and beat up a couple of dragons. You know, that's how she got the egg. You know, she took on an event quest that was meant for 𝐒𝐻𝐴 and her group. And I don't know. Like I said, my main thing is I paused this about 4 times, so it was a little bit partitioned for me. But I just felt myself kind of like, you know how when you're watching something, you feel like your eyes kind of glaze over? That's what happened to me. And I paused right after she beat the 2 dragons and got the egg. Then after the scene where, you know, she went through the egg and sleeping with the egg and then the egg hatching right after the egg hatched, I paused again and I was like, okay, egg hatch, whatever, like let me scroll through Twitter for a second. And then I watched it again. I watched the rest of it when she, had the dragon jump out the window and she was like, it's so cute. Go play with the students. And the students were like, ah. And that was a funny moment. And I genuinely laughed. They're like, no, murder time. And she's like, what do you mean? You guys don't like the pets? You don't like the animals? And they're like, it's a fucking ass dragon. So I mean, that was funny. After the Ryu ate whatever the blonde girl's name is. I don't remember the blonde girl's name. Whatever her name is. But after he, absorbed her head, she was like, oh, maybe the prince will think that I love animals now, whatever. And even Yumelia is like, probably not, dude. After that, like, I paused, and then there was a scene with Patrick and her talking about flying the dragon that my eyes started glazing over a little bit again, and then she flew the dragon. She inevitably fell off the dragon. And then at the end of the episode, she's getting like pet stuff for her dragon, and some spy ends up halting her or stopping her, and that's the climax. That's the end of the episode. So, yeah, I mean, it was an okay episode. Like, again, it wasn't the best, it wasn't the worst, it was a fine episode this week. So let me know what you guys thought about this episode down in the comments down below. I would say this was probably like a 6 out of 10, 7 out of 10 episode. The anime overall is 9 out of 10 for me. This anime is awesome. So I would say this one being like a 6 out of 10. This is probably one of those episodes that would, the overall 9, 8.5, 9 rating. This is that 1 or 1.5. It's just, I think this was a good episode, but it wasn't the best. So a little bit boring. So anyways, let me know what you guys thought in the comments down below. See you guys next week. All right, friends. Till then, peace out.